Then we got Payton Talbott taking on Raoni Barcelos. Payton Talbott's everybody's favorite little hype train. Everybody's loving Payton Talbott. He's the future. He's the big deal. And maybe he is. This is certainly a step in the right direction to find out. Payton Talbott's a real prospect. The UFC is going to be looking to build him. He's a good-looking dude. He's got flashy style, fluid personal life, flashy striker, a lot of movement, lots of power. He is tall for this division. He fights using that length. He'll throw out 1-2s at an incredible pace. He'll find the big shots. He's got solid takedown defense. If he is taken down, he stays busy. He looks to work his way back up. He can be out-grappled, right? You dig around some regional fights. You watch the tape. You can see that. But with every fight in the UFC, the improvements are clear as well. He's coming off that quick knockout win over Yanis Yamori. He's taking on Raoni Barcelos. Raoni Barcelos is a guy that I've loved. I've been high on him in the past. But he is aging. He's incredibly well-rounded. He's a great fighter, but he can still get wins at this level even though he's about 87 years old. Striking-wise, he's got great low kicks, solid volume, and he sets a great pace. Wrestling-wise, 5-time Brazilian national champion. He averages around 2 takedowns per fight. He has an 85% takedown defense. He's good everywhere, but he's definitely slowing down with that age. He's coming off that bounce-back win over Christian Quinones, where we saw flashes of a younger Raoni. Payton's being billed as the next big thing. They're talking future champ status. And while he is very clearly skilled, he's not tested yet. 3 of his 4 wins are over people who don't belong in the UFC. And Raoni Barcelos is no slouch. The clearest path to victory here, to beating Payton, is the wrestling. And Raoni Barcelos has the wrestling credentials to do that. It's not completely insane here that Raoni could have some success. But he is older. He is slowing down. That chin hasn't been there for a while. So Payton's going to be the pick. I am pretty confident in Payton to get it done. I just think we have a little ways to go before we're talking about Payton Talbott's the next big thing. Where's his title shot? And the UFC's doing it right. Sometimes the UFC does an amazing job of hyping somebody up, convincing us that somebody's the truth. Then they rush them, and then they get embarrassed. They seem to be doing the right thing here with Payton. Just let him kick the absolute shit out of people. If you watch WWE back in the day, or WCW, remember Goldberg, the wrestler? What was his streak? Like 120-0 or something absurd? And yeah, wrestling's fake. Sorry to break it to you. Wrestling's fake, so that was all scripted. But they set it up. They built him. They turned him into the biggest thing for a while. And it was because of that long winning streak. They can do the same here. We as fans, we get bloodthirsty. We go, he's ducking, do this, rush him. We need to fight this guy. And we want a ranked opponent. So we tend to push, and the UFC will throw people in a main event. Didn't we just see, Abus Magomedov get smoked by Sean Strickland way too early in his career? There's more than one hype train. Gaziv, didn't he get smoked by Rosenstruck way too early in his career? There's too many hype trains that get pushed too fast. I think the UFC should take their time, to the point where we're getting exhausted by how many absolute bums Payton Talbott has run through. And then we can build the kid up. He is young. There's no reason to rush him. He's marketable. And you know how we are. UFC fans could quite literally be some of the worst fans in sports. Soon as somebody loses, fraud check, loser, fraud check, knew this guy sucked, permanent fade. So you got to be careful building up some of these prospects, especially Payton. Payton's a little controversial. People do some digging, like, what? He paints his nails? What? What do you mean? This guy sucks. So Payton's very good. He wins this fight. He could definitely be a big deal in the future. I think the UFC should take their time, build him up the right way.